Good day, beautiful soul family, and welcome back to the discovery of the miracles beneath the surface. All the honor and all the glory and praise goes to our Heavenly Father in King Yahushua's name. Beautiful soul family. Today's message, really, it's also a teaching. And it's happening before our very eyes. Now, what's so interesting is that this has been happening beneath the surface. What's so amazing, and I wrote this down, but what's so amazing in Yahuwah, all the honor, all the glory, and all the praise goes to the Most High Yah. But what's so amazing, beautiful soul family, is the fine line. You see, Satan still works with subtlety. He works with subtlety. So when you are looking at an artist, they're not starting off their draft with a heavy hand. A draft or their artwork as they're working on a clean and plain canvas. It's not with a heavy hand. It's very light strokes, subtle even. So that as they are doing this artwork, bring forth a sketch, it's not with a heavy hand. So that when it's very light, you'll be able to not only bring through the message, because sometimes you have to blend shapes, shades, lights. There's contrast going on. Sometimes there are different areas that you have to erase in order for that image to come through. And so, beautiful soul family, can you see it? Little by little, what has been working on beneath the surface is coming to the surface. And sadly enough, you see, when the wicked, when they actually plant seeds, they do it very quiet. They don't make it known. You see, the children of the Most High Yah, we're not gangstankers. Okay? We're not trying to find out what they're doing when they're doing it. We want to stay clear as we are awakened to the things that are going on. When we're not aware, we're caught up in the midst of situations. But once we are awakened, we're not trying to be in the same rooms. We're not trying to do the same things that they're doing. And this is why this message, this teaching is so important. As brought out in Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, it says, "My people perish for the lack of knowledge." That means there's so many things going on before our face. But see, this world, they started off young. And we're going to talk about how they started off young in a little. But they start off young. So much to the point where we're conditioned. And it takes a heavy undoing. It takes the truth to show those fine lines. The contrast. And they start off young because, you know, a person is unaware of their bright eyes and bushy tail, but they're not aware of the trauma that takes place. You see, beautiful soul family, they do that to the unaware because the aware person will fight, will stand up, will speak up with boldness, will make it plain, will make it clear. The children of the Most High Yah, we have truth. But like Naboth, he's in his vineyard working it out, pulling out the weeds. Every time a child of the Most High Yah plants seeds, the wicked are there. They monitor, they report, they do all these different things. And they're watching to set their weeds. To tear down and destroy anything that may look like there's growth. But it's all part of the plan. Anyways, beautiful soul family. So there's no one constricting the wicked. So they're planting their seeds and it's growing beneath the surface. A lot of things are changing. And you may think that it's not happening, but it is happening. And they're steadily nurturing those seeds. They make those who are unaware totally oblivious to what's going on. And then there is an awakening for certain people. And they try to forewarn. No matter of fact, they do forewarn. Whether it's set before people's eyes, it's another thing, because it can even be in front of your face. You see, that's how you hide something. You place it in front of their face. And because it's right there in front of their face, they are not going to, they're either are not going to see what's actually going on because of the conditionings, or they're not going to care, or they're going to fight it. There's so many different things. But what the Most High Yah has showed me, and I knew this was going to be difficult, but what the Most High Yah showed me was this image right here. Now, sometimes you'll see this image without the children, but most cases, as I've seen it, it was with children. And I've brought some light to it years back, but the Most High Yah is bringing it to the forefront again. So how does it feel? How does it feel to be worshiping this image? And you may say, I don't worship this image, not me, right? But it is done. How so? Well, more and more people, they utilize this term, the GOAT, greatest of all time. And when you really understand, the world is a stage. Who you think is a man is not really a man. Who you think is a woman is not really a woman. On the outside, they appear to be as such, but on the inside, they're not. And as brought out with the Bible reading, the lady, the young lady, she, of course, was a female on the outside, but she was infused with a male spirit. It said he came out. And that's the thing about this world. What is truth looks like it's a lie, and what's a lie is appeared to be the truth. And to be held up on a pedestal at that. So many people are worshiping actors and actresses, and they're so happy for them. But as I brought out prior messages about the transformation, about the metamorphosis, there is a movie called The Lovecraft. And in that movie, it talks about how one of the characters, melanated characters, got caught up in some things. And she took a solution, and that solution made her look like she was Caucasian. But after a time frame, we call it the Cinderella effect. After a time frame, that Caucasian skin was falling away. And she would have to rush back because she put herself in, smacked in the middle of Caucasians, especially during a time frame where that could have meant her life. That same metamorphosis is taking place, but they start young. Boys and girls. Naturally, boys and girls are either changed, and we see how that, I want to call it a pandemic, how that pandemic was running through our schools. Just so determined. But why determined? Well, because of this image. You see, Satan is making this system reflect his image and his likeness. And anything that is created by Yahuwah, Abba Yah, is about tearing down his image and his likeness. So when we see these actors and actresses, and they're going all out of their way, as I mentioned in the prior message, to really understand how serious this battle is, because people are not understanding how serious this battle is. This isn't about 5 years ago. This is about centuries ago, centuries upon centuries. When you realize who these people are, these people have done so much to break down the image and likeness of Yahuwah so that they can reflect the image and likeness of their God. As brought out in prior messages, they may say God, but what God are they talking about? If we knew what they did behind the scenes, if we knew what agenda they are truly in alliance with, we would think twice. And then we're not supposed to put in like first and second commandment. Thou shalt have no God before me, and thou shalt not make any idols of any kind. And sadly enough, when people are caught up in phenomania or phenomania, that's exactly what they're doing. They are upholding, worshiping the Baphomet. Back then, the images of Baphomet was with a goat figure with horns and the upside down star in the back, and dealing with DNA, and also, but it had bosoms. And so, what's so interesting is what you see here is a boy and a girl. But they're there to reflect that image. They're looking up to it and worshiping it. And beautiful soul family, this is happening. This has been happening. And more, we're seeing it come through to the surface. Before it was hidden, growing, festering, being nourished. No weeds pushing it back. No weeds trying to take it from the sun, because really it's not about the sun. It's about the dark. It's about being lingering in the dark with no light. Being hidden. It's so beautiful, soul family. It's imperative. It's imperative to have this information. Now, people who are caught up in this system, who do not have eyes to see, will try to fight. And so what they don't see on the physical plane, they will not have in the spiritual plane. They will not have the eyes to see. But for those who do have the eyes to see, maybe you'll see it even clearer now. What is good is right. What is good is seen as wrong. What is wrong is seen as right. What is up is seen as down. What is down is seen as up, and so on and so forth. The inversion is very much in our face. Until the next message, have a beautiful and wonderful day. And may Yahuwah continue to open up your eyes in these interesting times.